Gracie, nice to make your acquaintance." He held out his hand to her. She watched him with her large dark eyes, almost black just like Molly's, and finally shook his hand. "Have you seen our cat?" she asked. Her brown curls with flecks of gold framed her small face, an exact replica of Molly. "I haven't, but I'll help you look for him. I remember the Christmas he came all wrapped up in a gift box from your mom. He was just a ball of black fur." Molly laughed the laugh Nick remembered and loved. More like a loud guffaw than anything else. The laugh didn't fit with the woman standing in front of him. With her golden brown hair falling in waves to her shoulder, Molly, all grown up, grabbed at his heart just as easily as the Molly of 10, whose parents had just told her they were getting a divorce. That little girl with her broken heart took a hold of him fiercely back then, and now he felt the same thing happening. Her daughter may have looked like Molly, but Gracie held herself back from him. He knew he'd have to win her trust, whereas Molly had always trusted him. The two of them together like that made him feel a little out of sync with reality. "Do you still live around here?" Molly asked as Nick continued to look from daughter to mother. "I do. I still live with my folks down on the farm. I'm the local plumber and carpenter, and I help Dad with the farm when I can." "You aren't married?" She blushed when she asked the question. "No, I'm not. I'm too busy for romance." Now, why in the hell did he say that? He'd more than welcome a little romance with Molly, except she had a daughter, which meant a husband probably lurked around somewhere too. "How about you? You're married, right?" "Not anymore. My ex-husband Derek decided to set sail around the world with his best friend, which you might have guessed isn't me." She pulled Gracie to her side and gave her a hug. The little girl looked so sad, just like Molly did that Christmas day so many years ago, when Nick found her holding Harold on the kitchen floor. "He's following his dreams." He searched her face for signs of anger, but didn't see anything there but just a sweet face smiling at him. Maybe she'd learned something from her own mother, whose bitterness flapped in the air as mightily as the flag on the 4th of July. "I was just about to make a pot of coffee. How about a cup?" Molly asked. "I've got a thermos of freshly brewed coffee in the truck. How about if we start with that?" "Sounds good. Then I'll start walking around the woods looking for Harold." Despite the chill of the morning, they decided to sit on the porch to drink the coffee. He even managed to make a few points with Gracie when he brought a second thermos of hot chocolate from the truck, which his mom had made earlier for his crew. Right now, winning the trust of Molly's daughter meant more to him than pleasing kids who helped him on the job. He'd find a way to make it up to the guys later. "This is the best hot chocolate I've ever had," Gracie said. "Did you make it?" "No, my mom did, from the real stuff." "I remember," Molly said. She leaned back in the rocking chair and closed her eyes. "I can taste it." "Mommy, that's silly. You can have a sip of mine." Gracie held her cup out to her mother, who inhaled the steam coming off the hot liquid. Molly took a sip and closed her eyes again. "Just like I remembered. Brings back so many memories." Nick smiled. They drank a lot of hot chocolate together when the Irvings came up to the mountains every Thanksgiving and Christmas. They came together until that last year, the year of the divorce. Molly and her mother stayed for a few months that time, and Molly and Nick both thought they were going to stay permanently. But when Molly's father remarried, things changed. Mr. Irving took over the cabin, along with his new wife, but Molly never came back for Christmas. She came back during summer vacations, and until the year Nick turned 16 and started driving, they spent most of their time together. But when Nick started working at odd jobs and began dating girls his own age, his time with Molly became less and less, until she stopped coming during the summers around the time Nick graduated from high school. That last summer, he only saw Molly around downtown with Lacey, her only other friend in Laurel. Nick wondered how they could have drifted apart like that when they'd been so close. He'd never had a male friend come close to how he felt with Molly. They told each other everything. They would have camped and held sleepovers if they'd been the same sex. "Can we go look for Harold now?" Gracie's upper lip left no doubt as to what she'd been drinking, and Molly reached over with her thumb to wipe the traces of hot chocolate away. "Maybe he fell down the mountain." She went to the railing and looked over the edge down the steep drop-off below. "Harold knows the terrain around here," Molly assured her daughter. "But he hasn't been here in a very long time," Gracie countered. "Why don't you two stick close to the cabin area," Nick said, "and I'll go down the driveway a ways. Any special calls you use?" Molly whistled a sharp tone.
to keep listening to this audiobook. I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.